if you will say dua, you will get what you want. Okay, but in reality, what happens, what mothers do, like I was trying to continuously relate it to Santa. Santa doesn't come, it's all mothers trying to put gifts, milk and cookies. Why? It's all to make them believers. So when I said dua, my mother probably kept something for me and I ate it thinking Mola Papa left it for me. I get happy. But as a young child, you don't think your mother is doing it. But it's all mothers who working so hard making us believers. And that's how I became believer. But Mola did not come. But does that mean that Mola will not come for me? That's a challenge to my own faith and belief. So if I have that belief at younger age, if if somebody makes me a believer at a higher, older age, you can think of Farman and Quran. But what happened? The point was what happens in between our life? Somebody, a person of authority, gives you doubt, makes you see things with suspicion. And if you don't conquer that doubt in you with your own knowledge and own ability to say, no, I believe, regardless of what you say, it never changes. You live with your doubt, and and if you're a person who is shaky, and Mullah's Farman is it, don't let your iman like be a tree. What does it mean? It sways here and there. Because if you are like that, and it's so important that we need to reflect. If you are like that, what we need to do is to sit down and have a talk with ourselves. What is my belief and how can I fix me? And of course have knowledge, because first level is knowledge. But then even before knowledge comes the belief. If you don't have the belief, whatever you read, you will doubt. So it's Quran, and in comparison to Quran, this is 1400 years old book. Okay, do I believe in this, or do I believe on somebody who has this PhD, that PhD, he has done this research and that research? And tendency in our today's kids is that this person is a scholar, he has read that much, he is a person of knowledge, he has an authority on knowledge. But Quran teaches us that's not enough. So if I have a student who constantly keeps bringing doubt because of this, not having this fact and that fact, I would say go home, reflect on your own belief system and what happened in your childhood. Somewhere something happened, so it's so important that you guys as teachers are the people of influence. If you today do that job, it's so easy journey, because that's how we became Smileys. Otherwise, we didn't have that much knowledge, to tell you the truth. We didn't learn that much except these stories and Ishq of Mawla. That's what I keep saying it, Ishq of Mawla. But today I was able to get knowledge. So if as a teacher I think, let me just give them knowledge so they know because I had to learn and work hard. No, it's not the knowledge. It's the ishq and the belief of Mawla, which is the first responsibility. Second comes the knowledge. So when we are talking about this Kriya, like for example we did Niyaz or Chandrat, it is all knowledge. It is not higher, it's all knowledge. And you can read in books, if you were to read our books of Buzurgwan and Deen, you will all know all this. But behind this knowledge is a faith, it's belief that a Dai will, if I seek, I will find my Dai, I will find my Peer, I will find my Imam. That's a belief.
What other question did you have? Very first one, okay? Alif means owl.
The first.
The first. And okay, write it down like this. Alif, Lam, Mim. Because I'm going to give you multiple meaning of Alif, multiple meaning of Lam, and multiple meaning of Mim. Okay, it's called Huruf-e-Muqtatahat. Sacred words.
Sacred words.
Broken letters. Sacred words that Allah has put in Quran for those who understand those. Now in Surah Baqarah, God is swearing upon this Alif Lam Mim. I swear upon Alif Lam Mim. Think about it in your lifetime. If something happens between Zara and Farah, and Farah says, I saw it on ABC that I did not do that, she will laugh at you, right? Right? God is swearing upon Alif Lam Mim, on alphabets. It cannot be just alphabets. It must be really, really secret meaning behind that. So first was Alif is Awal, Alif is Adam, Alif is aklekul.
Universal intellect.
Yeah, universal. I want to give them all the terms first. Awal, Adam,
Pen.
aklekul.
Pen.
Pen.
The pen.
Yeah, the pen. Yeah. And we'll come back and see why pen, right? Because it doesn't start with alif. Okay. Lam. Dom. Number 2.
Number 2. The second. The second.
Yeah, the second. Book. लाम से ना लोहे महफूज वर्ड है कुरान के अंदर लाम से लोहे महफूज meaning the secret tablet
The secret
or guarded tablet.
guarded
tablet.
Guarded. Yeah, that's the right term.
That's where the lam start from.
Universal soul.
Universal soul, Hawa.
No, Hawa. Bibi Hawa.
Bibi Hawa.
Eve. Eve. Yeah. See, thank you for asking that.
Oh wow.
Eve.
You never thought about Hawa.
Yeah.
Okay. Meme. The very first one is sort of hard है लिखना मरकूम. मरकूम. Spell करेंगे? English में?
English में it's MARQUM.
Markum meaning return. Children of Adam.
The writing on the sacred tablet.
And the writing on the sacred tablet. Okay, you got it? So now you see not only one, not only two, not only three, but there are 4. And inshallah, if given chance, we'll give you 1, 2, 3 more on top of what we have given you today.
There is more
which
to
is
it.
4, right? Today we got 4. First one is easy. Awal, second one is easy. Dom, third one is easy. Markum. Those were the easy ones. All right. Markum means written. So what God is soaring upon, God is saying, I soar upon Aklekul, who was number 1, who came first. Aklekul. I soar upon Aklekul, and I soar upon Nafsekul, Dom, and I soar upon what they together have written.
Subhanallah.
Now tell me, how would this Maulana would know this? There is no way, unless his teacher was Arif Kamil, Imam Zaman, someone with a nur. Because otherwise, the tawilat of the Quran is only been known by whom? God and Rasiko fi ilm.
3 by 7 from Quran.
Yeah, that's a reference of that Quran reference. Allah says himself, no one knows the tawilat of the Quran but me, myself, and those who are formed in knowledge. And who are formed in knowledge? Arif Kamilin, Imam Zaman, Pegambar, apne zamane mein, Peer, apne zamane mein. So that was first. Second time he says, I swear upon Adam and the Hawa, Bani Adam.
And his children. And their children.
And their children, Of course, that is given, right? You don't need to write after this. This is just to understand what does it mean, swear upon Adam, swear upon Hawa, and swear upon Bani Adam. If we say Adam was the first man on earth, and then we also say that there will never be a time when there is no Imam in the world. We can put 2 and 2 together and we can say, then he must be the Imam. So what we are saying? Swear upon Imam.
Subhanallah.
And his bibi kaun hoti Imam ki? Not physical bibi, spiritual bibi. Swear upon Peer.
Subhanallah.
And swear upon all the followers of Imam and Peer.
Subhanallah.
Look at कितनी बड़ी कसम खाता है खुदा. कसम कभी खाते हैं? When do we say, when we swear upon something? We never say, I swear upon this table. We swear upon things that is dear and near to us. Valuable, my mom, my children, my friend, Mola Papa ki kasam, Imam ki kasam, Khuda ki kasam. And when God says, I swear upon, it must be really, really high thing. So he's swearing upon whom? Imam, swearing upon peace, and swearing upon those who follows Imam and peace. Because in his eyes, those are the elevated souls. इमाम के इल्म के अंदर अलिफ लाम मीम is easy, but without the imam's knowledge, alif lam mim cannot be translated or interpreted. क्यों? कि खुदा ने हुरूफ मुक्तदात को अपने अंदर कितनी मर्तबा है ये total?
14.
14. There are 14 alphabets like that. And maybe this could be another project. Just see how many alphabets are in Quran just by itself. So we already know 3, Alif, Lam, Mim. What are the other 11? So Lam is the Lohe Mehfuz, which starts with the Lam, right? And remember, pen doesn't start with the L either. Okay, good. Very good question for her. Okay. So that's why the very first thing we said was what? Lam means dom. Whatever was second. So when we say whatever was second, then we start with the aklekul, nafsekul. Adam, Hawa. Pen, book. Imam, Pir. Do you see that? That's why it is a secret code. So whenever I say Lam, you always going to say second. Even though second does not start with the L. Doesn't matter what is the name of the second. The second could be book, which is kitab, right? It doesn't start with the L. Kitab. Second could be Hawa. Second could be Pir. Second could be Nafse Kulli. So Lam stands for whatever is second position. Second position. Whatever second position. इसको मैथमेटिक लैंग्वेज में क्या बोलते हैं कि whenever you put 2 and 2, you don't have to say 4. You know it is 4. So whenever you say lam, you already know it is at the second position, and that name could be whatever you want to be. Whatever you want to be.
More meanings, yes.
Oh yeah. So there was. Go ahead and read those 4. Alif was awal. So pen. That's the last one that did not start with the. So there is a saying, I don't know, Sarair ke andar hai ke kahan par hai, that God said, I only made akle kul. And then I told him to go forward. Now the story is not going to make any sense, okay? Why would God be doing this? Go forward. He went forward. I said, come back. He came back. And then he said, I have never seen anything like that before. God's saying that.
It's a hadith.
Yeah. So why would God be telling Aklekul to go forward and come back, and he said, I've never seen anything like that. What is so magical about that? So what does pen do? Start thinking about writing. What does it? What is going on?
Going forward.
Going forward and back is writing. Give me the Quran. If I tell you that इस पेन के अंदर ये कुरान है, in this pen, this Quran is written in this pen. You will say, what are you talking about, right? Because without this pen, this Quran cannot be. So meaning, this Quran is hidden in this pen. So that's one example. Now think about, मैं बोलूँ कि इस कुरान के अंदर 114 सूरा छुपी हुई है, और I can say इस किताब के अंदर 6666 आयत छुपी हुई है. Unless you have read the Quran, or if you start counting, then you will know, oh yeah, there are 6666 ayat. But what you have to do? Go in and look. So what you have to do with this pen is start writing to see वाकई में कुरान इसके अंदर छुपा हुआ है कि नहीं छुपा हुआ है. And other example of that is, so pen is actually Quran and Natik. हम इमाम को बोलते हैं कुरान and नातिक. How is Quran Imam Quran and Natik? Have you ever seen him, just saying Quran from A to Z? We never seen him that. But the Quran is hidden in him and he talks Quran. So Imam की जो मिसाल है, the example of Imam is a pen. And Imam is the one who is where the Quran is hidden, his interpretation is hidden, his writing is hidden, his meaning is hidden. And whenever he starts writing, so we're going to stop here. Where does he write? Where does Imam write his Quran? Farman, okay, not bad. What else? Where does Imam write his Quran? He writes his Quran in your heart. In your heart. Imam, जब हम बोलते हैं कि Imam writes the Quran, he is not writing a physical writing. And you can say Farman is a physical writing because he sends physical writing. Okay? When we are talking about Imam and Natik as a pen, he writes his Quran in your heart. And that's how he teaches you the Quran. Otherwise, a खोजेगा बच्चा Quran कहाँ से सीखेगा? Because we don't pay too much attention, we don't read Quran, we don't even know the Arabic language, and we don't emphasize on becoming Hafiz al-Quran. You know Hafiz al-Quran means, right? We don't even try to become Hafiz al-Quran. So what do we believe in? We wanted to be Ashik al-Quran, not Hafiz al-Quran. क्या है वो शेर? Ashik al-Quran, anybody remember?
हाफिज़ कुरान नहीं मैं
आशिक
कुरान हूँ. आया कुर्सी में मुझको जुमला कुरान याद है.
So let
Go and write it down. Hafiz Quran nahi mein. I have not memorized the Quran by heart A to Z. Hafiz Quran nahi mein. Ashik Quran hu main. I'm the lover of the Quran. Ayat kursi mein mujhko. In the ayat kursi, ayat kursi mein mujhko jumla. Jumla means total. Jumla Quran yaad hai. So now somebody can ask at this point, what is in ayat kursi that this guy is saying that I remember the entire Quran in ayat kursi? What's inside the ayat kursi? Huh? Go ahead and say it. You're
I
right.
just said it was the heart of the Quran, so it's
Oh,
like
okay.
the
Good.
encompasses-
Ayat kursi is the king of all the ayats. Ayat kursi is the king of all the ayats. But there's a secret words in ayat kursi, which, so if you think of a whirlpool, all the water, and if all the 6,666 ayats are water, ayat kursi is the whirlpool. All the water is coming in there. And those two words are Al-Hayyul Qayyum
Subhanallah.
inside the ayat kursi. So this guy say, if you know the ayat Al-Hayyul Qayyum, who is Al-Hayyul Qayyum? Imam of the time. So if you know the Imam of the time, you know the entire Quran.
So a few points.
Look at how beautiful this is.
Okay, we say in dua, وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ مُبِينٍ. If we know the translation that everything is encompassed, it's within him. How can it be encompassed, right? The book is nothing. So when you talk about pen, the ink in it, the whole writing, everything in this world. Remember we talked about kun and then universal intellect, after making this order, giving this order to universal soul and making this whole creation. The whole world or universal soul is encompassed in the pen. Imam has everything encompassed in him. And then comes the next position, next level. So when you think of word encompass, it makes more sense to you.
So now if you take those four first one in Alif, so there are all four Awal for Imam, Aklakul for Imam, Adam for Imam, and pen for Imam. So all alif, actually we are saying 4 different ways we are talking about Imam. In 4 different words, 4 different ways. So this is called the higher level of understanding. When we go to that higher level, everything follows and everything falls into that understanding. Everything. So like I said, this is only 4. There are 3 more meaning of alif that we will talk about inshallah. And then when you guys have 14 of those alphabets out of the Quran, we will see what is the next one and the next one and the next one. And there will be one other word which will be almost similar to meme, and we will talk about that. Why in one place is use meme and why in other places this other word. Alright? Even though physically it's both meaning the same, but there is a huge difference on those two, and that's why God has used one or the other, inshallah.
So there is Noor-e, Nati-ke Quran, Samit-e Quran and Nati-ke Quran. They are compulsory. This is Samit Quran, quiet Quran, and Nati-ke Quran is speaking Quran, which is Maula Ali. Okay, so they both are necessary. Okay, so Prophet Muhammad's miracle was to bring this Quran in writing. Okay, it was his miracle to bring this Quran in writing. But this Quran is incomplete if somebody does not have belief in Imam. Imam is needed for us to learn this Quran. Without Imam, this Quran is not complete. Okay, so similarly, when he talked about this meaning, that God swears, Allah swears on pen, the book, and the writing. So when we talked about it, if the Imam is the one who is the pen, he has everything encompassed within him. He writes it in the heart of Pir, and that's how Pirs have written Ginans. Okay, and then Pir is writing this Nur in the hearts of Mominin. Now tell me, where are the books? Which book we are talking about? It's all transmission of the knowledge from heart to heart. So at a higher level, there is no knowledge needed of books. It's all within your heart. But those hearts who have the faith, the belief, and they open it up. So if your heart are closed, not believing in miracles, there'll be no knowledge. So so that's why it's so important that in worldly ways, when we are thinking, we have to have book and we have to have Imam. Knowledge only, from scholars and research and whatnot is needed, but it's not enough. We need to have faith in Imam, belief in miracles of Imam, that he will come and write in us. He will tell us. And I was telling this story in the beginning that, when I was a student in night school, when I learned this story of library being burnt by Mongolian, there were no books left. And I was crying. How would I study if I will have no books? And when I grew up and I heard that Ali Allah writes in the heart of Mominin. And I was like, wow, how miraculous is that? That the knowledge never dies. It is being given in Momin's heart. So no matter who takes away your books or burns Quran or does whatever, the knowledge is always there. But it is only for those who believe in that knowledge.
There is a movie, Denzel Washington. He just walks. Somebody burns the entire, he was supposed to be protected. So people thought he had a book, physical book, so they're trying to come and kill him. Come to find out, he didn't have a physical book. The book was written in his heart. So at the end, he reaches wherever he was going, and he starts talking.
The Book of Eli.
Book of Eli. Watch that movie. But at the beginning, you will not know what's going on. But at the end, you will say, oh, wow, this book was written on his heart. Remember all these movies we talk about? If you take it as a physical movies, you may enjoy the movie. But if you understand those movies, oh my God, it gives you a different sense, a different view into those movies.
And about the pen, it's important to mention in the Quran, Surah 96:4 says it speaks there, says God taught men by the pen. He did not know. So that same pen is the pen we're talking about. Which pen is this? It is the pen, the divine pen. Cool. So God teaches through the Aql to mankind, which on earth would be the Imam, who is the manifestation of the pen which is important because some Qurans will be incorrectly translated. They'll say that God teaches man the use of the pen, as if that the point was God
By
is
the
teaching
pen.
people how to pick up a pen and write. Right? What about the time when there was no pen, right? So, but you'll see that translations sometimes will say that God taught man how to use the pen, but the words is actually God taught through the pen. It's like B means by, so by the pen or through the pen. So we know it's not a physical pen that he's teaching us.
But you know, can you believe that that's such a validation of the discussion I had? Because people who don't have belief, they are such a huge scholar that they are translating Quran and publishing it, and they are saying it wrong, incorrect. They are saying use of pen, and there is no use of pen he's talking about. Can you imagine
By the
that?
pen.
But even then, interestingly, is you guys probably know this, right? Because Imam Moyes, they say, is the one who invented the fountain pen.
Yes.
Right? Which is interesting, you know, as an example, if you look for a sign in that too, that the Imam is the one who created the fountain pen, which means that he's actually showing that what he has.
Right. You know, one of our teachers used to say that in the world, you can never take black thing, meaning charcoal, or anything that is black, and put it anywhere and that turns into white, except ink.
Subhanallah.
Except ink. Ink is what? Black. Black ink, right? Now हमारे पास red and blue ink होती है. Normally ink is black. But when you write, it brings light and enlightenment into the people.
Oh, in that way.
So that's the only black thing that brings light into people.
It's knowledge.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you take anything black, it will always be black.
Interesting.
It will not bring anything beautiful, except the ink, which is black and brings the light or enlightenment into people.
So knowledge is in allegories, right? In all this higher level knowledge, it's all allegories, and you have to apply.
It's just amazing, right? How people see that, right? How did he see that?
ટીચર હોશિયાર હોવો જોઈએ અને રૂહાનિયતના અંદર वाकिफगार હોવો જોઈએ मतलब रूहानियत के अंदर वो अवेयर होना चाहिए आगे बढ़ा हुआ होना चाहिए राइट तो जब इमाम लिख रहा है तो हमें इसकी मीनिंग भी होनी चाहिए अगर बातिन नहीं मालूम होगा तो फिर वो कुरान जो है ना वो सिर्फ एक पेपर के ऊपर लिखे जैसे होगा लेकिन अब जब रूहानियत यहाँ बैठ जाती है तो फिर रूहानियत हम इसके अंदर बिलीव भी किए हैं और हम अपने बच्चों को जो है वो ट्रांसफर भी कर रहे हैं exactly what is happening right now this Quran is transferring on us little by little as long as we have believe in it if we don't have the believe in it it will be like a paper even after 10 years
I want to tell one more miracle. I know. And I've seen this. So when I was going to the classes and there was one of the girls, and they probably know her. There was one girl, she always is sleeping. She always is sleeping. Okay?
In the class.
In the class. But listen to this miracle. And I still remember, and I still know that Allah does miracles. She always is sleeping. Right? She will sleep so much that she will just go like this.
Yeah, she'll be sleeping like that, passed out.
Passed out completely. But if teacher calls her name, you know, what I just said, she will repeat word to word. Word to word. How? She didn't write anything. Isn't that a miracle? She must have a really good soul, right? We all be looking at her and say, oh God, wake up. You know? And the other amazing part, she'll never sit on her back. She always will sit, like a teacher was sitting there, she'll be sitting right there in front of him.
And she'll be writing and you'll see her pen.
Yeah. And then she goes to sleep. That's how, when he wants to give you something, he will give you something. When he wants to give you something, he will give you something. And that's a miracle right there.
Actually, prayer by Prophet Muhammad, he used to pray. It's a hadith. He says, whenever I used to finish my prayers, I pray to Allah that please increase my curiosity. It's very Herath is not curiosity. Make me more surprised.
Yes, surprise me again and again.
Surprise me again and again, right? Yeah. So it's like he used to see miracles. All this is book of miracles, right? He saw all the, and he says, show me more miracles, surprise me more, I want to know more. So then when we were learning, we said this prayer, like we would say it, because we all want to go into batin and see, because it's a challenge, it's a given to us, right? If you want to see what he saw, go inside, go into your personal world, it's all in there. You know, there's a Gnan by P, he says, Atma Ram tame bada ginani. Oh my soul, you know everything. I don't know, but my soul knows everything. If I get connected to my soul will show me all the miracles. And that's what happened to Prophet Muhammad. So it's up to us to get connected to our soul to see everything. So that's how he says that give me, make me surprised more and more. And I don't, we'll have to look for it right in English word.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you
Bewilderment.
see something amazing,
Yeah.
like your mind, like
That's the
it's
right
too
word.
amazing for
Thank you.
So that makes you just like you can't
Increase
comprehend it.
my
It's such
amusement.
a right.
Amusement? No.
Bewilderment.
Bewilderment.
Yeah.
So
a
make
Sufi concept,
me
yeah.
more bewildered.
Increase, yeah, I guess I don't know exactly how you translate exactly, but it's like increase me in this bewilderment or show me more things.
Show me
that
more.
Just blow my mind.
I mean, every
Blow my
time,
mind, yes.
every now time in this class when you said wow,
That's
there was your
bewilderment.
increase in your
Yeah.
Your mind blown.
Yeah.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Small mind is blowing constantly.
Shukr Alila. Shukr. That's a good thing. Shukr
But
Mawla.